Anyways,
So
so yeah, they brought you in with a bunch of people. They weren't arresting you.
They weren't arresting me.
Do?
They were trying to figure out who I was, who I knew.
Trying to get more people. Take down.
Yeah,
more
I had to
people.
give up all my passwords to all my emails, all my ICQ chats, all of the forums. You know, so I'm sure that then they were like, if you log on, we'll know. If we see you on any of the fucking forums, we'll know. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. We'll come and arrest you. So I was like, it is what it is, and they didn't take me to jail. It was weird, and and they just after I went there and I met with all those people, and they were asking me all these questions. I got interrogated. Do you know this person? And they show me this. They're like, do you know this? They show me screen names. Like, do you know this person? Do you deal with this person? Do you speak Russian? Do you code? All this shit, and
Do you code?
Yeah. They want to know if I was like, they want to know what the spectrum, what my spectrum of knowledge I think was, to try and to see where they could implement me, because there was this whole, what was the name of the operation? Remind me, Matt.
Well, Open Market.
Open Market. Yeah, there was Operation Open Market going on at this time.
What's that?
Isn't that
Matt can explain it a little bit better than I can, because Matt, you actually researched it. I didn't really do
because
it.
Basically there was a Carter.su, like Carter.su was the one that the main forum that he was using, and so what happened was keep in mind, after he left, I'm still getting documents in. So things he's telling me happen.
Wait, when you say after he left,
after John left prison,
okay,
I had written a synopsis, and I had like 60 pages of notes, right? 60, 70 pages of just notes. So I start getting stuff in. I got the indictment, the Carter.su indictment. I'm pretty sure it's Open Market. Yeah, it's Open Market. Dark Market was the other one. Open Market. So Carter.su was being run out of Russia. And that was the forum, and the Secret Service had an investigation into it, and it was called
Operation Dark Market.
No, Open Market.
Operation
Open Market, where they indicted, like, I don't know what they indicted, 150 or 50 people, something like 50 or 100 people, whatever, and a whole bunch of John Does and that sort of thing. I'm sorry. After he leaves South Carolina, they let him go. He's interviewed. Like, there's a lot of little things. Like, I didn't know. Like, he just said they took pictures of him in front of UPS store. Like, I didn't even know that. I was like, when he said that,
it was like a booking.
Yeah, I was, but in front of the UPS store, like, I didn't know that. Like, I'm thinking that's kind of, they turn, what I'm saying.
Yeah, right there.
Like, I didn't know that. I remember the thing where the blow thing, because I mentioned that in the book, the blow thing where you said that it flashed through your head. Anyway, so after he leaves there for South Carolina, he goes and gets some cash, and he gets money out of the bank, right?
How much money did you have in the bank at this point?
About $200,000.
Okay.
My BOA.
So he no, I think he's talking about the money that was in like US Plastico, like in the fucking couple million.
What was US Plastico was what?
The US Plastico account?
Oh yeah. At this point, yeah.
So US Plastico?
Right.
Remember that's the fucking name. My eye is, I think I just rubbed something in my eye. Oh, okay, sorry. He laughs.
When are we talking about now?
We're talking about in South Carolina, after the Secret Service lets you go, and you go to Miami.
Yeah. I had a little over $2.5 million or something like that in the bank at this time. Yeah.
But he goes and gets a couple $100,000 out of the bank, and then he gets like $100,000 or so in cash he had.
Weren't you were cool with keeping $2.5 million in the bank at this point? Like, you got a Secret Service on your ass?
Well, the account wasn't in my name, obviously.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay.
I set the account up.
So you didn't feel like there was any risk in keeping.
There was no risk. There was no risk at all because it was a corporate account.
Okay.
And
a corporate account that was in a business's name that you were not affiliated with.
Exactly. Yeah. That I had set up under
a fake identity.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he grabs
money laundering 101.
So he grabs some of the money.
A fake fucking person's got a bank account with $2.5 million in it.
Yeah.
So he grabs some of the money, goes back to Miami. Obviously, there's a warrant out first. Well, I guess they.
No, at this time there wasn't.
No, there wasn't then, but they indict you.
They wait. Yeah.
Yeah, they waited like a couple of years.
They waited like 3 years to put a warrant out for my arrest.
Right.
I thought I had fucking
3 years after that.
I thought I had gotten away with everything. Because
remember he uses his real ID to go in and buy a gun.
Because listen, at this point, I thought I was going to prison. I'm convinced that I'm going to prison.
Right.
But after so long,
you know what I mean?
3.5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So
how old are you at this point?
Late 20s. Oh,
Okay.
maybe mid 20s, 25, 26, 27. Yeah.
Okay.
Went to prison when I was 27. So.
yeah. So he goes to Miami.
24 years old with $2.5 million in the bank from credit card fraud.
Listen,
that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
How many fucking Cadillacs have you owned?
Oh, all of them.
I mean,
I did, yeah. Now it's Mercedes.
Well, you worked at a Chevy manufacturer.
Chevy.
No,
Chevy.
I worked for GM.
GM.
I worked for General Motors when I was like 19.
Yeah.
And then I watched all the dope boys growing up driving Cadillacs and shit. You know what I mean? And then I finally got my
On
STS. But not so much the donks. Them are like the older. the 60s, 67s, 70s. There was like the 70s, from the 70s. I'm more like 80s.
Okay.
80s muscle cars, like the Dope Boys, the Cutlasses, the Regals, the Monte Carlos, you know what I mean? And then I started getting into like the Caddies, like STS, the CTS. I had them all. I had a DeVille, had the DHS, had 2 DHSs, had 3 CTSs. I had 4 STSs. I had a red one, a white one, a black one. Wow. Yeah.
Gave a fucking Cadillac away to some stripper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why'd you give it to her?
She sucked good dick.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth a Cadillac.
I don't know about that. But anyway, so he goes back to Miami and goofs off for like a year. And that's when you met, I forget, what was the rich kid's, what was the rich kid's name?
Oh, not my wife. You're talking about...
No, the rich kid.
Giovanni.
Giovanni.
Yeah, Giovanni.
Yeah.
Who is Giovanni?
Euro trash. He's just fucking, this kid I met in Miami Beach, just fucking trust fund kid, living off his dad's money. And, just Euro trash. Strip club, fucking cocaine, partying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that type of dude. But he was plugged in everywhere. He knew everybody.
Really?
Every fucking buddy, dude. He knew everybody. Like he had a badass fucking condo at the top floor of this building on Brickell in downtown Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And
Brickell's
dude,
amazing.
We used to party.
Yeah. Like I've never been to Brickell.
I remember going to his.
I got out of prison.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember going to his place and partying, dude, with like Brooke Hogan.
It's like financial district.
And
That's
fucking,
amazing,
dude, a
man.
lot of fucking people would be there just fucking hanging out, and I'd walk in, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? You know what I mean? It's just wild shit. The chick from, that one chick from Orange is the New Black.
The American Pie. The
Well,
blonde girl.
she was in Orange is the New Black as well.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, what's her name? I forget.
Natasha Lyonne or whatever. Is that her name?
I don't know.
No, she's a comedian, actually. She's actually a really funny comedian. No, it's something like that.
So who is this
But
kid, Giovanni? What was his deal?
Giovanni, like I said, he was just a fucking Euro trash, but he was.
What was his connection?
Oh, nothing.
To you?
I was just saying.
Just random dude.
I was just
nothing.
saying
But yeah, that's just like part of the wild shit I went.
because
in
he
Miami,
basically
but
went for like a year.
There's so many characters like that guy in Miami. I feel like.
Yeah, he went for like a year or so and didn't do anything. Like didn't do anything but just basically hang out with Giovanni and
party and blow money.
Party and blow money. But then the money ran out.
Blew a lot of money. Yeah.
And then he started carding again. That's when the second indictment. That's why I was saying I got another indictment in. Remember I told okay.
Do you think if you wouldn't have started carding again, you would have never gone to prison?
Well, they still would have.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had a warrant, at that time, so I was going to prison. Yeah. It was inevitable, you know what I mean? I had a mandatory minimum, by the way, of 24 months with aggravated identity theft. Okay. After I got everything, reduced down. I mean, I was thinking they wanted, there was like 10 months, 10 years, like what? 150 months?
120.
120 months. That's what I was looking at initially. It was 120 months. Yeah. At 25, I was 26. Yeah, so I would be almost 40 by the time I got out.
So he started carding again. Went back on the forum, started carding again.
That's all I knew. That's what you know what I mean?
Because he basically ran on money.
You weren't working, you were just spending all the millions that you had.
Yeah, I was running through it pretty fast.